අයිබෝන් ජයප්‍රාහි සුබ දිනයක් සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ලාහා කාන්තා කටයුතු පිළිබඳව අමාත්‍යාංශය එවැගේම ICTA සහ Google ආයතන එක්ව ඔබේ ජීවිතයට අලුත් යමක් ඔබේ දැනුමට අලුත් යමක් එකතු කරන සන්ධ්‍යාවක් ලෙස අපි මේ සන්ධ්‍යාව හඳුන්වා දෙනවා.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we give you a warm welcome to this wonderful, informative evening, which is done in collaboration with the Ministry of Child Development and Women's Affairs, ICTA and Google.
Google ආයතනයේ විදේශීය උපදේශක රෝහන් ජයවීර මහත්මයා. හොඳයි ඔබ සියලු දෙනා අපේ ගෞරවනීය ස්තුතිය එනම වේදිකාවට පැමිණීම වෙන්නේ.
Ayubowan, Vanakkam, good evening. Mr. Secretary of the Ministry of Child Development and Women's Affairs, Mr. Program Director, Mage Alawa, Rohan Jayawira. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm really excited to be here. I think a lot of you are pretty familiar with Google. Maybe you've done a Google search at some point in time. I hope you've all tried Google at least once. I think you probably watched a video on YouTube. You might have seen our the latest one, Gangnam Style. Probably a few of you can do the dance. You know, Google has properties everywhere from Blogger all the way to Android phones. And these kind of technologies really, they're the kinds of technologies that unlock people's potential. And we're seeing this in Sri Lanka. We're seeing that regular users are using technology to advance themselves. I think one of the interesting things that we're seeing here is that thousands of Sri Lankan users are coming online every single day. And they're using technology, they're using the internet to connect with their family and friends. People who are separated by distance are brought together by technology. We see people and children using it for education. We see them becoming smarter. We see them learning and developing. And we also see businesses capturing the economic opportunity of the internet. We see them finding new customers. We see them selling to new customers. And I think what we're going to see in the future is Sri Lankan businesses taking advantage of the internet for their own success.
But a couple of points I'd like to highlight here, which is important, is the fact that internet, by all means, is a great beast, which is uncontrollable. All that is true. But it also contributes to the GDP of countries. If you take, for example, I just jotted down a few points. If you take a country like Hong Kong, 5% of the GDP is predominantly contributed by internet. UK goes as high as 7%. If you take a country like Indonesia, it's about 1.6%. So it is a great tool or access or whatever you want to call it, thing to have even for a country like Sri Lanka. We are expecting approximately about 1 million tourists this year. We expect it to be about 2.5 million over the next couple of years. That is one of the most growth engines for our country for the next couple of years. And already the hospitality vertical in this country is heavily depending on being able to utilize the resources, the capabilities, the tools available on internet. So I'd like to highlight the fact that it is an extremely beneficial thing, but like everything, there is certain things that you need to be careful about. And we are in no way denying that, and that's why with the Ministry of the Child Development and Women's Affairs and with the ICTA agency, we're launching this because we want to make sure the power is to the people to understand what is relevant, what is the information, what is common sense that is required for you all to be safe every day when you access internet or any other social media or anything else on the online. So with that note, I would just like to conclude. Thank you so much. I know it's a long drive from Colombia.